Peter, darling. How are you? Miserable, darling, as usual, perfectly wretched.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most disturbing antagonists in films aimed at a younger audience. Beware of spoilers ahead.
Toontown will be erased in a matter of minutes.
Number 10. Scrappy Doo ScoobyDoo. During the Mystery Gang's 2002 foray into live action, they accept an invitation from a man named Mondavarius and go to the allegedly accursed Spooky Island.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
There, island demons attack and possess a few of them. Mondavarius is the obvious suspect. But in a classic Scooby-Doo reveal, the real villain turns out to be Scooby's obnoxious nephew, Scrappy Doo.
Puppy power! I'm outsmarted!
As seen in Velma's flashback, the egomaniacal young canine was literally thrown out of the group years before. He soon became consumed by vengeance. He was willing to sacrifice his pure-hearted uncle for world domination.
All I need to complete my transformation is Scooby-Doo! Wait, don't you mean Melvin Doo?
Since Scrappy wasn't particularly liked, we get why he'd lash out. But who thought the little pup was capable of such extreme villainy when it came to his own family? Number 9. Count Olaf. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. After the tragic death of their parents, siblings Violet, Klaus, and Sonny Baudelaire go to live with a mysterious relative.
Hello, hello, hello. I am your beloved Count Olaf.
It turns out their guardian Count Olaf is a serial arsonist, kidnapper, and murderer. He managed to con his way into being appointed as their legal guardian just to obtain their sizable inheritance.
Custody granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nice doing business with you.
Even after they're removed from his care, the failed thespian and master of disguise follows the trio and proceeds to trick and kill their new guardians. When that's not enough, Count Olaf plots an elaborate scheme to marry Violet.
We were married in an official ceremony with official and legal vows in front of a bona fide justice of the peace.
Thankfully, that ceremony fails too. But his constant mistreatment of the Baudelaire's attempts to kill them and implication that he could threaten them again make him very disturbing. Number 8. Syndrome, The Incredibles. As a kid, Buddy Pine, aka Incrediboy, just wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick.
I know all your moves, your crime-fighting style, favorite catchphrases, everything! I am your #1 fan!
But after the superhero rejected the annoying fanboy, the young fan grew into a bitter villain. It took 15 years before Buddy revealed that he became Syndrome.
My name is not Buddy! And it's not Incrediboy either! That ship has sailed!
Unfortunately, his feelings of resentment extended past his former idol. Syndrome prided himself as the inventor of the superhero-killing Omnidroids. After assassinating several good guys, the villain tried to eliminate most of the Incredibles.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Syndrome even attempted to abduct Jack-Jack and turn the baby evil. Ultimately, the big bad's plans fail and he meets a shockingly gruesome end. But his devolution from a happy kid to a sociopathic evil mastermind cemented him as arguably the darkest Pixar villain. Number 7. Agatha Trunchbull, Matilda.
Stick your inside, you festering ball of pus!
She puts kids in there? I've been in twice.
Since Matilda Wormwood had a pretty rough home life, she thought attending Cruncham Hall Elementary School would be a complete reprieve. However, it becomes another toxic environment thanks to Miss Agatha Trunchbull.
That's the principal, Miss Trunchbull. You've gotta be kidding.
You squirts better skedaddle.
I'm not kidding. The Trunchbull likes to snap her whip in there to see who's trying to hide.
The absolutely ghoulish principal physically and verbally torments anyone who gets on her bad side. Her outlandish punishment methods include being forced to overeat, tossed out of windows, and locked inside the horrifying Chokey device. Not only is Trunchbull beyond reprehensible, she's also the implied murderer of Jennifer Honey's father.
Oh my. My father's portrait used to hang there.
While her character may be ridiculous and played for laughs, her long rap sheet of crimes make her a serious threat. We're still haunted by the very idea of a school with Trunchbull in charge. Number 6. Sweet Pete, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. With their old friend co-star Monterey Monty Jack missing, an estranged Chippendale work together to track him down.
He's been taken by the Valley Gang. I doubt we can help you. We've been trying for years to track those sleaze bags. A fella named Sweet Pete runs the whole operation, and he's always one step ahead of us.
This leads them to the Valley Gang and its leader Sweet Pete, the middle-aged cartoon actor known for playing Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up. After the industry discarded him for aging, he established himself as a crime boss. Pete started a toon trafficking and bootlegging business.
So I recruited other toons to star in more movies. And bang-a-rang, now I run my own bootleg movie studio.
He also kidnapped characters who couldn't pay their debt while forcibly modifying their appearance.
So they kidnap the bloke, erase his mouth so he can't scream, then change him around to try and sneak by the copyright laws.
For his final trick, Sweet Pete enslaves them to perform in knockoff versions of shows and movies. His operation is grim enough, but the fact that his victims are altered in excruciating ways is particularly horrifying. Number 5. Cruella de Vil, 101 Dalmatians. Okay, first off, anyone who thinks it's okay to hurt animals is just evil. So the classic Disney villainess who sought to dispatch adorable puppies certainly had to make this list.
I don't care how you kill the little beast, but do it! And do it now!
In the 1961 animated film, the wealthy and fashionable Cruella de Vil makes an impression right away. She's rude and classist towards her supposed friend Anita and husband Roger.
This horrid little house is your dream castle. And poor Roger is your bold and fearless Sir Galahad.
When the Darlings' Dalmatians have a massive litter of puppies, the fur-obsessed heiress concocts a plan to buy them. Why? So she could design a coat using their fur. Cruella and her henchmen Horace and Jasper went to great lengths to capture the pups.
You're not coming in here, not with the Mr. and the Mrs. gone.
Ah, now, come off it, Ducky. We got no time to palaver. We got a job to do. Excuse me.
While the Dalmatians thankfully escape, we'll never forget her frightening face during her most unhinged moment. Number 4. Judge Claude Frollo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. We know humans are capable of being horrible on their own. No mystical powers or intimidating proportions needed.
And he saw corruption everywhere, except within.
This is what makes Judge Claude Frollo a rather unique animated villain. Although he's not a scary monster on the outside, he still manages to be one of Disney's most evil characters.
You know, my last captain of the guard was a bit of a disappointment to me.
And his political and religious influence enables him to get away with plenty of abhorrent actions.
Kids likely aren't able to fully grasp all of the dark implications that come with his mission to eliminate all Romani people. But Frollo's history of mistreatment towards Quasimodo and his intense lust for Esmeralda are prime examples of his devious nature.
This burning desire is turning me to sin.
Number 3. Lord Voldemort, aka Tom Marvolo Riddle, Harry Potter franchise.
I'm going to kill you, Harry Potter. I'm going to destroy you.
The Harry Potter franchise has plenty of scary characters and creatures, like the happiness-draining Dementors, but no being is more terrifying than you-know-who. As Tom Marvolo Riddle grew and excelled at Hogwarts, he took a particular interest in the dark arts.
I can make bad things happen to people who are mean to me. I can make them hurt if I want.
Eventually, Riddle adopted the cruel mentality that pure-blooded wizards deserved to rule over all others, and gave himself a more sinister title. As Lord Voldemort, his acts of violence and destruction instilled so much fear that people referred to him as He Who Must Not Be Named. His most infamous crime was the murder of James and Lily Potter, and his failed attempt to kill their son Harry. And although Voldemort faced death multiple times, he found ways to return and continue his reign of terror.
From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Number 2. Judge Doom. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? This live-action animated hybrid serves up a double dose of darkness with Toontown's aptly named Judge Doom. When we're introduced to him, he dissolves a whimpering cartoon shoe using his infamous dip. That scene alone is stomach-churning, but it turned out that his ruthlessness knew no bounds. He lied, cheated, and killed his way into a position of power. Judge Doom also plotted to completely wipe out Toontown and its inhabitants to build a freeway.
Who's got time to wonder what happened to some ridiculous talking mice when you're driving by at 75 miles an hour?
Near the end of the film, Doom delivers 2 massive reveals. Underneath his human exterior, he's actually a Toon. He's also the one who killed Eddie Valiant's brother.
Remember me, Eddie?
When I killed your brother, I talked! Just wait!
Doom was already frightening in his human form, but after his Toon transformation, this cruel and deranged man became pure nightmare fuel. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Lotso Huggin' Bear, Toy Story 3. Underneath his sweet strawberry scent, this tyrannical teddy was a harsh prison warden.
Where's your kid now, Sheriff? No!
Ernesto de la Cruz, Coco. The musician built a successful career using the stolen songs of the man he murdered.
You poisoned me.
You're confusing movies with reality, Hector.
All this time, I thought it was just bad luck. I never thought that you might have. That you...
Turbo, Wreck-It Ralph. Something about the Cruel King Candy bugged us from the start.
Is that? No way!
What the? Who are you?
I'm Turbo, the greatest racer ever!
Assistant Mayor Bellwether, Zootopia. A true wolf in sheep's clothing.
What are you going to do? Kill me? Oh, no, of course not. He is.
No!
Oh, Nick!
Charles F. Muntz, Up. The old explorer is actually a serial murderer who tries to kill Russell.
They all tell pretty good stories. A surveyor making a map. A botanist cataloging plants.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Other Mother, Coraline. When the lonely and adventurous Coraline Jones goes through a special door, she finds a whimsical world that seems too good to be true. And it is. A lot of that is due to the Other Mother.
Home? We've been waiting for you, Coraline.
This villain showers Coraline with love and care, but everything changes when the kid decides not to stay in the new dimension by sewing buttons over her eyes.
No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Oh, but we need a yes if you want to stay here.
In an instant, the Other Mother emotionally and physically changes. We soon see that she's a tyrant who subjects anyone under her employ to brutal punishments. The Other Mother also had no problem stealing souls.
She said that she loved us, but she locked us here and ate up our lives.
Long before the Other Mother's loving facade falls and she changes into an arachnid like soul-stealing beldam, we knew she was a true monster. Did any of these dark characters scare you as a kid, or maybe even as an adult? Share your nightmares in the comments below.
Come out here. Do you know a way out of here?
agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.